Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to NinonSpeaks Media Image. My name is AJ Dean. I'm your host, and I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome all of you here. Maximus, Twister, April, March, and
It's on. I'm trying to.
before I introduce,
Hello.
I just want to introduce to you Ninon de Rosa. Hello, Ninon. How are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful. I'm actually watching all these guests coming on and they look amazing. I'm going to give, well, all of you get actually an A+ for coming on time, number one, because, you know, let me explain. NinonSpeaks Media Image is a platform. I've been in the business for so many years, and I'm trying to help people to make sure that, especially with this Zoom thing and all this different way of performing, trying to get them to make sure when they do actually enter into this media thing online, to make sure they're prepared. And each one of you look absolutely amazing. I've got is that April March down there?
Yes, April, the legendary April March. She is a burlesque legend, dancer, and performer.
Yes, can she bring herself in a little closer? Oh, yes, yes, yes. That's it. Oh, my goodness.
Can you hear her?
That is wonderful. Yes, she looks absolutely amazing. What is this? Maxima or something? What's your name?
Maximus Twister.
Are you the Maxim of the world?
Yes, I'm the Maximus of the world.
There you go.
I just swiped to the left so I could see April because she didn't fit in my screen.
Yeah, why don't you try to turn your camera or something down a little bit so we don't see so much of the ceiling. Oh, there you go. See, look, all of you are 100% perfect. I love this. Oh, don't you all look lovely? Oh, look,
That's my
you're now showing. No. That's perfect. That's perfect, Maximus.
Twister is an international award-winning burlesque performer and instructor. He also does pole dancing, belly dancing, folk and flamenco dancing, and he is just amazing. Welcome, Maximus.
Maximus is wonderful. Now, what about Laurie? Laurie, you are looking very dapper there. You look extremely English, my dear.
Leslie McKinney, please.
You've got Laurie up there, a different name up there.
Oh.
What is your name, McKinney?
Leslie McKinney.
McKinney.
Leslie, well, you don't have Leslie up there, do you? I don't know. Anyway, that's okay. April March is a legendary burlesque dancer. I believe she was one. I'm going to get all her info soon, but I believe she's one of the very first young ladies out there to actually sort of enter this burlesque arena. You look absolutely amazing. I'm not going to ask you how old you are because I have been asking, but I'm not getting an answer. So I'm just going to say you're 39 and holding, okay? April, I can't hear you, April.
Oh. Here I am. I couldn't hear you before, Ninon.
Can you hear me now?
I always tell my age of being 85 because I like to hear the
gas. Oh
gas.
My goodness. You really are a legend. My goodness, 85 years old. Listen, are you still dancing?
Pardon? I still can't hear you. Wait a minute.
Are you still dancing? Oh, okay. Well, let's go to Maximus. Maximus, what are you up to?
Well, I'm actually traveling to Las Vegas today. Maybe I'll see you on the street somewhere.
Well, you won't see me on the street.
You in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, I have a trip like in a few hours.
I don't have to go on any corner.
Yeah, in a few hours I'll be flying to Las Vegas. I'm
really?
going to a birthday party.
How long are you going to be here?
I'm going to be there till Sunday night. There are two burlesque legends that celebrate birthdays. So we're having a little party for them in Las Vegas.
How wonderful. How extremely. That's amazing. April, are you back again with your sound?
I'm having to hold it because I'm in the salon. It doesn't work very well. I was going to show the beautiful flowers I have.
You can. They can back it off a little bit. You're a little bit close now. They can make it a little bit more. Well, let's get that picture in as well as her face, okay? Whoever's doing this, let's get that in. And then let's get her face in as well. So take it back a little bit more and take it down. Take it down, turn it down a little bit. Oh, that is lovely. So now we have April, March, we have her flowers and this amazing book. Now, what is this book all about?
My book, it's called Reflections of My Life, April, March, the First Lady of Burlesque. And it took me 6 years to get this book published.
Wow.
The book is, I do quite a few lectures and book signings at various places. I'm the only one that's ever done a book signing in Chico's, the store of women's clothing.
Yes,
So
yes.
corporate headquarters gave me the okay.
Oh, how amazing.
And soon I will be, I'll be doing, teaching a class, doing a lecture and a book signing at the world famous National Museum of Dance in Saratoga Springs. I will be the first ever burlesque person to ever do that.
Wonderful. How young would your youngest guest be for this, teaching how to dance? How young?
Usually it's the girls on the burlesque festivals. Usually it's those girls, but then there are older women that do come to the classes. Yeah. Like at the Museum of Dance, there'll be older women that will be there.
The reason I was asking was because I wanted to know, how young do these girls start out as burlesque dancers? Are they 16? Are they 18? How old would they be?
I think, well, I don't think they were like me. I wasn't quite 17 when I got into burlesque. But and I was in it for 26 years. I was in it until 1978.
Oh my!
And goodness. I got into it in 1952. So I had retired in 78, and I thought my career was over until Leslie Zemeckis found me and did the film Behind the Burlicue. And Behind the Burlicue 2 will be coming out shortly also. But after that film with Leslie, my career zoomed again, and I was back on stage, and I'm still on stage.
I was gonna say, you're zooming again now because you're back on the internet. I mean, this is amazing. You're back. You're out there. We can't leave you alone. We don't want to let you go. We want you to stay there. You look amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. What made you go into burlesque at 17?
Well, I had always wanted to be in movies, like every young girl. Yeah. I wanted to be a movie star. And how it came about, I lied about my age. I was a copy girl for the Daily Oklahoman in Oklahoma City at the age of 16. Wow. And then I quit that job, and I lied about my age, and I got a job in a nightclub that featured burlesque dancers, and I was the cigarette flower girl. And I saw those beautiful ladies on stage, and back in the 50s, most of them just walked, and wore glamorous costumes, hats, jewelry, furs.
Of course.
And so I said to myself, I don't think I could ever take my clothes off for a living. But as it turned out, one evening, a gentleman came in, and I had been in the ladies' room, and I came out and I bumped into this gentleman. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he said, "Oh, when do you go on?" I said, "Who, me?" I said, "I don't take my clothes off." And so anyway, he told me, he says, "Well, here's my card." He said, "Haven't you ever thought about being in show business?" And I said, "Oh, yes, I want to be a movie star." And he laughed, and he said, "I can't promise that, but," he said, "I can put you in burlesque, and you never know where that might lead to." So he gave me his card, and I thought I would never use it. And I was living with my grandparents at the time. And I thought about it for about 3 months, and I decided I'm going to Dallas. And I'm gonna
call this guy. I'm gonna get hold of this man and see what's going on.
I told my grandparents I was going there to tap dance, but
little
did they know that I was going to become April March. And I went to Dallas. Barney put me into show business. And I got a union card with AGVA. And just shortly before I was 17, I became a burlesque performer.
That's absolutely, what an amazing story. What a start to that. Leslie, what do you think of all this? Isn't that amazing how somebody can start out a career at 16, actually, is when she started and sort of got into it and had her own mind of what she wanted to do and how she wanted to create her career.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to ask April, what does she think about a strip club performer versus a traditional burlesque dancer?
Did you hear that?
I was used to working very nice supper clubs, theaters in the round, and nightclubs that they were very elegant clubs.
Well, in those days they were. In those days they had very, very elegant nightclubs you used to go to.
Yes, they did.
The Stork Club.
Yeah.
I mean, the clubs in New York were absolutely amazing. I was in England at that time, and we had many beautiful clubs. This was like a few years further on, but they were always very elegant clubs. Very elegant, Leslie.
Well, it was almost.
Well, I started out in the business. Like I say, I was just a little under 17, and I think today, I think today most girls, I think they're in their 20s, some of them in their 30s before they ever get into burlesque. But the funny thing was, after I got into burlesque, I turned down 2 movie contracts, one with Universal Studios and the other one with United Artists. And I figured I'd rather be a big fish in a small pond than go to Hollywood. And I heard all about the casting directors and this and that. And by this time, I loved traveling and I loved burlesque. So I gave up the movies for burlesque. And I was engaged to Mel Torme, dated.
I knew Mel Torme. I met Mel Torme, yes. In fact,
Velvet Fog.
His son, James Torme, is a good friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a jazz singer. He's a jazz singer in Los Angeles.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's an incredible jazz singer, and he's an incredible man. Mel Torme was always this very kind of soft person, and I met him in London. I think I forget I think it was called the Elephant Club. I'm not sure what the name of the club was, but anyway, I met him a couple of times. Amazing man, absolutely amazing. I want to go back over to Maximus. Maximus, you're listening to all this. You're very young. And it's kind of sort of something very, I presume you're young. You look young. But what do you think of all this, what April March, how she started out and how she had that tenacity to sort of do what she felt she wants to do? She wants to be a movie star, and that's where she's going. Maximus.
Well, I didn't start my career as burlesque performer in my 17, 16 years age. I started in my late 40s. Maybe I look young, but I'm not that young.
You look great.
So I only started when I was in my late 40s. But burlesque in nowadays is like it's amazing that people any age can start at any time. So I know lots of burlesque performers who they're in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and some only start in 50s and 60s.
Absolutely.
So and lots of legends still perform till now. And they're like in their 70s.
It's funny how
because some.
Go ahead.
So there is no age limit, and like maybe like in early age, it was more for somebody younger when April, March started.
Yeah.
Now we can start at any age.
I've had them on I have another show. I had them on my other show, and there was all these older women. Well, not older. I guess they were like in their 50s, 60s, and they were kind of a burlesque in Las Vegas, and they were doing that before we had all the shutdown and everything. And I just admire them for sort of keeping themselves up, because if you're going to go on stage, you have to keep yourself up. You've got to be a little slender. There's a lot of things happen when you get older too. We're all experiencing it, except AJ. She looks like amazing. She looks like she's 30, 28, I don't know. But Leslie, what do you think about all this? Are you going to become a burlesque dancer or something?
Well, I think there's hope. I think I'm going to do the Chippendale Senior Tour.
Oh! You and April can go on the road. I'm going to put you two on the road.
You know, last January, I did the Vermont Burlesque Festival,
Yeah.
and I met Michael Paul Ziegfeld.
Oh, wow. Wasn't that an experience, huh?
Yes, he's filming a documentary, I think, on Jim and Jane Henson, and he said he was so happy to finally meet me because they spoke so highly of me. And so anyway, we exchanged books, and he's an amazing, amazing man, and I'm hoping I would love to have him maybe film a film out of my book. I'm having another documentary film. It was made, but it hasn't come out yet. When
I think that's a brilliant idea. Brilliant. I'm going to go back to, we've got to Maximus. Leslie, I don't even know what you do because I don't pre-interview anybody. I have no idea what anybody does. So this is really a thrill for me because it's like exciting. What do you do?
Well, I'm a magician and a game show host.
Oh, really?
So I did a show downtown at the Downtown Grand until COVID shut us down. So now for the autumn and winter season, I'm doing game shows at hotels for corporate parties and, high roller events.
I know the owner of the Grand Hotel. I know his brother. His brother's in San Francisco. And have you met him? I don't know if you've met him. I've
not met him, no.
No, he's a fabulous guy. He's in a completely different business. He's in the liquor business, actually. And so now you're shut down. What do you do now that you're shut down? Oh, look at all those awards. He's got more awards than I have.
Well, I don't think so.
I got 125 awards, and now you got more. I'm not jealous, Leslie.
I'm not anywhere close to that.
Yeah, sure are. Look at what's behind you. No. So how do you get yourself out there now? What do you exactly do to get, with this, like we're doing Zoom? So,
well, I think, in the circus business, when they have an off season, they call it winter quarters. And that's the time that they paint the props and sew costumes and do maintenance. So I think most entertainers, variety entertainers, are working on new material and working on new props and routines. So you're trying to make the most of the situation.
Yeah, so when you come out, you've got something completely new and you're ready and you're prepared and you're probably very, very excited to be back on stage again, I would imagine.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's coming. I think some of the shows here are starting to open up. The game shows are good because they're big venues, so you can do social distancing.
And they've also seemed to work, because I've seen some of these, and I was watching one last night because I was trying to figure out how everybody is doing all this. And they've got all these Zoom screens coming on, and they have them all over the set, and then they have this one person on the set, and then they have a contestant over here somewhere. And I was fascinated by the way they put it all together. It was so amazing, absolutely amazing how they did it all. Now, I want to go over to AJ. AJ, you've listened to all our guests, all three guests here, and they're all talking in the entertainment business. You have been in it a little bit, but you're more so now. Let me just say, AJ is actually, I found her and engaged her, and then I started saying, hang on, we can do a show together, which is what we're doing. So we've got her also now hosting and helping out there. AJ, what do you think of our three guests today with all their different stories?
I think they're absolutely fabulous, and I want to let them know that they are so important to us, and they all look gorgeous and beautiful. I do want to mention I watched something last night, a burlesque walk of fame, and April was in it along with Georgette Dante, and Grant Filippo was the one who did all the costumes, and it was phenomenal. So speaking of Grant Filippo, I want to encourage anyone who comes to Las Vegas, please Grant Filippo's Las Vegas Showgirl Museum. Put that on your list as a definite place to connect.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that amazing? She's got a photograph here. Look at this. Yeah, Grant Filippo is an amazing guy. His museum is incredible. You've been there, haven't you, AJ?
I haven't been there, but it is on my list to go.
Okay. I was wondering, you're cutting out on your sound, AJ. I don't know why, but you are. Let's go back to April. April, March.
Okay. Can you see
April, March name?
Yeah. Can you see the picture of Grant and I?
Yeah, I can. It's fabulous. Listen, how did you come up with April, March? That name?
Oh, okay. when in Dallas, when I got into show business, Barney Weinstein that owned the Theater Lounge, he was the one that put me into burlesque and gave me the name of April March. And April March, I kept it all those years. Yeah, I got into the business the same time Candy Bar did. Candy Bar worked for Barney Weinstein's brother Abe that owned the Colony Club in downtown Dallas. So I knew Candy Bar quite well. And anyway, that's how I got the name of April March.
Where are you living now, April? Are you living in Vegas?
I'm living in upstate New York. I'm like right about 9 miles outside of Saratoga Springs.
That's amazing.
And I still go to Vegas and perform with 6 beautiful boys when I do.
Ooh,
and,
hey there for you, Leslie.
I let them disrobe me. Of course, like you said, Grant makes all of my wardrobe.
Amazing.
Without Grant, I don't know. Well, without Grant, I'd be naked.
Well, that might not be so bad after all. Okay, come on, that might be pretty cool. Hey, Grant, get
You know, speaking about legends and everything, actually, in all reality, I think Burlesque Hall of Fame has made legends out of everybody. And there's not that many legends.
No, there are.
Georgette, Dante, Tempest Storm, and myself. I
had Georgette Dante was on my other show, Vegas Live with Ninon, and she was fabulous. You know what she did? She brought these 2 beautiful glasses. They were both different, and she brought this big bottle of amaretto. I'm pouring amaretto out. She doesn't drink hers. I drank mine. So
oh yes. Well, I have a drink named after me. It's called the April March First Lady of Burlesque cocktail, and here it is. It's made with rum, framboise, and the juice of a lime.
Wow.
And anyway, that's the lady that made. I'm having another cocktail made for me by the same lady. She's a famous food blogger by the name of Meredith Smart. So I told her that I'd like to have a drink made with tequila.
Oh, I love tequila.
We'll look forward to that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Maximus, what do you think about all this drinking and all this stuff going on? I was thinking that maybe you and April March could kind of do a show together. Can't you do that? Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be terrific, wouldn't it? That would be, my hairstylist, Brandon Scott, he went to the first burlesque show he had ever seen, really good one, in Vermont last year with me, and he was just mesmerized. But he is my hairstylist, and he owns a place in Saratoga Springs called the Company Salon.
That's amazing.
And he is just fabulous.
April, I've got to go over to Leslie. Leslie, are you going to give me any tricks? I mean, we're already tricking already, and trick or treat is coming up too.
I'm going to have a glass of wine and a raspberry.
Have you got anything you'd like to do? Oh, look at this glass of wine. Oh my goodness.
Ninon, I'm so sorry to interrupt. We've got about 10 minutes left, and I would.
Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes for Leslie.
A raspberry in my drink.
All right, Leslie, can you give me 2 minutes of
you're asking about what we're doing in this off time, and one of the best things I've been doing is working in the garden. There's a lot of beautiful plants. Wow. It is a little bit difficult to grow things here in the desert in Las Vegas because it's so hot and so dry. So what you do is you take your flower pot, put little seeds in there, and then you want to get a little bit of watering from the watering can, like this. And what happens, because it's so hot here in the summertime, the water just evaporates, just like that.
Wow.
But if that ever happens to you, I say the magic word, NinonSpeaks, and look.
Whoa.
A spring flower in the autumn.
Oh,
that's awesome.
I love it.
NinonSpeaks makes everything grow bigger and better. And
absolutely, that's exactly what we want to do. AJ, you wanted to say something, and I rudely interrupted you.
You're fine. Thank you so much. I did want to play a video of Leslie McKinney. It's very magical and wonderful. Let me try and share this screen here.
While you do that, I'm going to, so we got the 2 minutes of Leslie. Now let's go down and get, do you want to do, All right. Leslie McKinney. Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay. Pity we don't have a little bit of music behind that, isn't it?
There's no
Da da
audio.
da 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 da. Here we go. All right. All right, Leslie. Uh-oh, Leslie, you look awfully mischievous there.
That is me.
Yeah, you look very mischievous.
Playing
You're
with
up
fire.
to, you're up to no, oh, you're up to no good. See, look. And he got out this beautiful woman. Holy, wow. Can you imagine doing that on the strip? Can you imagine doing that on Las Vegas Strip? You put this cage up and you open it up and this woman comes out. Uh-oh.
Oh, that poor
Uh-oh.
thing. Oh no.
That's not very nice.
I always bring them back.
I hope so. Otherwise, all right. Maximus, let me have a couple of minutes of you of how people can reach you. Where did he go? Maximus, you put your camera up a little bit. Turn your camera a little bit. That's it. There you go. All right. A couple of minutes of who you are, what you do, and everything, how people can reach you.
Okay, so I'm from Lithuania, but I live in Chicago right now. And I've been dancing since I was 6, but mostly doing folk Lithuanian ethnic dance and dabbing in some ballroom dance. So I came to States, I was just fresh out of the boat and out of the professional dance company, but was nothing close to burlesque. And 5 years ago, somebody was classes, well, let's take classes for burlesque. Why not? And that's how I got involved in burlesque. So now I'm traveling performer. I go from city to city. I go to Las Vegas often, maybe 5-6 times a year. I travel to Las Vegas. I met so many people in Las Vegas. I'm actually friends both with Gran Filippo, with Georgia Dante, who introduced me to your show. I'm friends with Tiffany Carter, who is burlesque legend and Miss Nude Universe 1975. I'm good friends with Tempest Storm, and Tempest Storm is called the queen of exotic dancers. Every time in Las Vegas, I'm meeting Tempest. I'm actually meeting her tomorrow. So,
oh, amazing. That's amazing. How can anybody reach you, Maximus?
Google me. I'm
Google
all internet, but I have Instagram, Maximus.Twister. I have Facebook page. I have Twitter page. I'm all over. Yeah, but if you Google my name, it's gonna be pages and pages because I've been to maybe 30 or 40 festivals and performed all over. And so it's gonna be videos there. I actually met April, March in Vermont in a festival.
Wonderful. Back to you, Leslie. How can people reach you? We didn't get that out after we got the video.
Thank you for asking. You can reach me through my website. That's LeslieMcKinneyMagic.com. Or you can like me on Facebook. I hope you like me on Facebook. And
we like you anyway.
I hope you like me. It's Leslie McKinney Magic on Facebook. So you can get my phone number and you can send me an email or just say hello.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Last but not least, let's go back down to April, March. April, March, were you eating a chocolate?
I was eating raspberries because
raspberries.
That's why a raspberry drink was made for me.
I never have anything that I happen to love raspberries, but I never have anything upset with me, but I happen to have a piece of chocolate.
Yeah, oh, I love chocolate. That's my downfall.
We'll put that back down again. I'll eat it afterwards.
And my book, you can either get it through me, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it through Northshire Bookstore that published
What's the name of the book?
Or you can get it through Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, what's the name of the book so people know?
It's called Reflections of My Life, April, March, the First Lady of Burlesque.
Okay. So they can get it on Amazon, they can get it on your Facebook. Do you have a website?
No, I don't have a website. I'm so bad. I'm so bad on a computer.
Well, I think age is, I remember telling a nephew of mine that I would never, ever have a computer. And now not only do I have a computer, I have 3 shows going on the computer, and I have all this stuff going on the computer. I have websites. I have, I don't know, 5 or 6 emails. So this is me not being in the business.
Listen, you are fabulous, Ninon. You are
well,
fabulous.
I try to help people as much as I can. So this is a very good time to change all your attitudes, be very friendly, and start doing Zoom. And Zoom isn't the only platform. There's many platforms out there. So start, McKinney and Twister and Marge, all of you start sort of researching of what's going on out there, because I think we're into this for a little while, at least until after Christmas probably. So to recreate and redo anything you can get out there of yourselves, just put it out there. Don't worry about anything. The more you put out there, the better it is. AJ, close out.
Yes, thank you so much, Ninon. I just want to encourage everyone who's watching this great show today to reach out to Leslie McKinney. He's an awesome magician, and also our legend, April March. Please buy her book and follow them all on Facebook. And Maximus Twister, an amazing burlesque performer and entertainer. And also to follow you, Ninon, because you're a pioneer and you're trend-sending all of the new trends that are happening going on out there.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get out there and let's do it. Don't forget everybody else. I'm going to be cut off very soon, but I want to thank all of you for coming on. You are all absolutely amazing. We have that new thing out there. We have a $10 a year monthly, a yearly membership to our website. So you can go to our website, which is obviously www.NinonSpeaksMediaImage.com. You can go there and you can find out what we do and become a member. It's only $10 a year, but you get you can get your photographs put up there. You can get your bio put up there. You get all sorts of things. And as we move along, AJ, we're putting more and more things up there, aren't we? We're getting agents and managers and
we're trying to connect the whole world together and all to support artists worldwide. And April, I want to say I love you so much. You're absolutely wonderful and gorgeous, and thank you for your time today.
She looks amazing,
thank you, and Ninon. I enjoyed it tremendously. Thank you both so much. We're lifetime friends now.
Oh, absolutely, definitely. And that's for you as well, Leslie, and that's for you, Maximus. You are all amazing. Thank you very much. And thank you for coming on the show. We will see you all later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.